Saki mbwembwe na kwele mchele kwa kuku kumwaga. Sako na wapenda yatusema nitasikia.
Hello, I'm Carol Moseley Braun, former United States Senator, former United States Ambassador. I'm a lawyer by training, and I was a member of this Illinois State Legislature. And I like to say Riley's aunt. Um, in any event, I'm happy to be with you today, and I'll do my best to answer your questions, or at least the questions that Riley put to me. And so the first question she put to me had to share a specific topic or issue related to your work. Well, right now, I like to say I'm flunking retirement. I'm a grandmother of twins. They will be 3 next month, and so I'm doing my best to spend time with them. But the fact is, I'm still practicing law. I'm still involved in the community. I'm still involved with public service in my own not-for-profit volunteer way, and so I'm on the board of the DuSable Museum of African American History, and I'm also working hard to build a memorial to the soldiers of World War I in Washington, D.C. Of all the wars that the United States has fought, World War I is the only one we don't have a memorial for in D.C. There's a memorial in Kansas City, but not in Washington. And so we're going to build one, and the ribbon cutting should be later in the year, this year. So I've been doing a lot with that, as well as with the DuSable Museum, as well as with the homeless shelter board. So I've been serving on boards and that sort of thing, and then practicing a little law for my clients, my international clients primarily. But she asked, share a specific topic or issue related to your work. I think the hardest one is reconciling public and private demands. That is to say, trying to keep up with law practice, with community service, and at the same time with my family demands is kind of, I just stay busy all the time, and it's kind of like, why am I so busy? I'm theoretically retired, but I am. So, and maybe I've just slowed down. I haven't quite figured that out yet. What is going on with that? But the truth is that I stay busy doing different things. That's the first question. The second question is, what do I love most about my work? Well, particularly when I was in government, I think, and even today, when people come up and say, you did X and it made Y difference in my life, that gives me the greatest joy of all, to know that my efforts have actually helped somebody or made somebody else's life better. That really is that's what service is all about, that we use our time on this planet to do for others, to do the best we can with whatever gifts we have. And that has been my objective and my mission all along. Thurgood Marshall was once quoted as saying, I did the best I could with what I had. And whatever that is, that's what you bring to the party. That's what you bring to the table. And either you share it with others or you try to hoard it and keep it to yourself. And I think the people who believe in sharing are the ones that get celebrated in the end. And for me, that's always been the path. That's what I've tried to do. I've been more successful than not sometimes, but at the same time, it's been my effort and my objective. 3 things that I do regularly that bring me the most satisfaction and joy. Well, I pray every morning, so I like to do that. I like to laugh every night, and I like to listen to people. I learn listening. I'm one of these, I guess there's a term for it in psychology, but I learn more from hearing things than I do even from reading them. And so those are the 3 things. That's prayer, laughing, and listening are the most important. How did I get to where I am today? Well, like I said, I'm flunking retirement, but my path was really a function of timing more than anything else. It was not just me. It was that I came along at a time in the United States when opportunities were open to women and to Black people like they hadn't been. I mean, I was able to do things that my mother could not have even dreamed of. My grandmother could not have even imagined. And so because the times had moved forward, progress had been such that the opportunities were there for people of color, for women to contribute in the public space in ways that had not been available to us beforehand. And so, and that's made a big difference, because what it meant was I was not just swimming upstream, but just trying to swim, trying to do the best that you can do, which was my objective always. And so, and I've been grateful for that. And there's nothing, again, I didn't do that part. All I did, or my contribution to all of that, was that I just worked as hard as I knew how. I just did the best job that I could. It wasn't always the best job that could have been done, but it was the best job that I could do. And when you approach life like that, you will not have any regrets. At least I don't have any regrets, because like I said, I did the best job I could with what I had. Let's see. What are you sharing? Your favorite books, authors, films, websites, or resources so that our scholars may learn more? Well, in terms of authors, James Baldwin; movies, Maltese Falcon; music, Mozart and Miles Davis. So you put those things together, and what you have is kind of an eclectic blend that has mattered for me, because again, I like to take my lessons from a lot of different places. I'm a lifelong learner. I really enjoy learning. And so that's in some regards made me into a nerd, and it's kind of okay. I mean, that I grew up being called a nerd, but that's fine. But it also means I'm open to experiences. I'm open to experiences around the world from people of different cultures, of different genders, of different ages, of different classes. And so for me, learning is the most important thing. And I get that from a lot of different places. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be alive and to do that. What's the other question? What is the one lesson I've learned throughout my career? My first answer to that was character matters. And it's the truth, because it really does. In terms of dealing with people, there all kinds of folks come in and out of your life, and you will make some mistakes with some of them. I certainly have. But at the end of the day, a person's character is the thing that distinguishes them. Someone who is honest and who is loyal, trying to find those things is really a difficult task, but it's an essential part of the journey for all of us. And for me, certainly, finding people in my life who will be loyal and generous and open and honest with me has been the most important thing. And so character, again, really does matter, because it is rare to find people will pursue their own interests, whatever they are. And in so doing, the extent to which they are prepared to step on other people really is the yardstick by which I measure character. And you want to find people who are not prepared to just walk over other people in pursuit of their own interests, but are prepared to work with and collaborate and to support others as much as they possibly can. And so for me, that is the one lesson, most important lesson, is that character does matter, and that I hope I've been able to live up to the expectations that people have of me and my character, because I've tried to do the best I can do. I haven't always succeeded. I've fallen on my face more times than I care to mention, but I have no regrets. And the reason I have no regrets is because I did the best I could with what I had. And having said that, I hope it was good enough. I believe that people can appreciate authenticity and appreciate someone who's trying to do the best that they can. And so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So thank you very much for this opportunity to visit with you today, and I hope this fits in with your series. Thank you. Bye.
Nanipaga moyo nikianza kulia chozi nafutia.